Hi there, Paige Welsh and clinical nutritionist from Total Health. Today I want to talk a little bit about ADHD and nutrition. So what is ADHD? ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder and is a neurological condition that causes problems with focus, concentration, behavior, and causes excessive energy. ADHD affects both children and adults, however, seems to be on the rise in children. This rise could be from better diagnostic tools, or in my opinion, due to environmental and lifestyle factors, which I'll be talking about in this podcast. ADHD is directly linked to a person's diet, sleep, and overall toxic load. Some of the most common symptoms of ADHD can vary quite a bit from individual to individual, especially depending on their lifestyle, their diet, their age, and other health issues that they may be facing. For the most part, children seem to exhibit distractibility, boredom, have difficulty concentrating, poor organization skills, difficulty completing tasks, poor listening skills, impatience, trouble staying still or being quiet. They may squirm a lot, have an inability to listen, and have difficulty following instructions. Adults, on the other hand, may exhibit anxiety, feelings of being overwhelmed, anger, irritability, low tolerance of people in various situations, disorganization, frequent mood swings, difficulty focusing on work, a project, or a conversation. They may have addictive behaviors or unstable relationships. So while these symptoms between children and adults may be quite different, the root causes and the treatment plan can be pretty similar. So what are some of those root causes? Although ADHD does seem to have several studies indicating that there is a genetic link, at Total Health, we believe that you can change your genetic predisposition and overcome any genetic susceptibility. By changing your lifestyle and your nutrition, you can completely reverse or even reduce the symptoms caused by ADHD. It's now widely known that various toxins, such as heavy metals like mercury and aluminum, and heavy chemicals such as chlorine, fluoride, and PPA, all have a direct influence on a person's brain and their behavior. Not only do these toxins disrupt brain function, but these toxins also influence a person's genetic makeup. By eliminating the toxins in your environment, you are reducing the likelihood of ever developing the genetic predisposition that you feel you're doomed with, even ADHD. At our clinic, we have various ways to test a person's toxic load to see if this may be a root cause issue for someone with ADHD. Another major root cause to ADHD is what is on the end of your fork. Yes, you can completely change your brain and your behavior just by changing what you eat. Foods such as refined carbohydrates and sugars, artificial sweeteners, and food additives, colors, and preservatives are all direct causes of ADHD. Changing your diet is one of the keys to reversing the symptoms of ADHD. Changing yours or your child's diet is not an easy task, especially with those who suffer from ADHD. So it's recommended to work with a nutritionist on this to make these changes easier for you and your family. Other root cause issues of ADHD may be nutritional deficiencies, food allergies such as gluten, eggs, dairy, corn, and soy, which are the most common, adrenal gland imbalance, poor sleep habits, and HPA axis dysfunction. For more detailed information and education on the adrenal glands and HPA axis dysfunction and how this may relate to ADHD, please visit our website for the Fatigue, Anxiety, and Insomnia webinar that I recorded. So what is the most common treatment for ADHD? So even though the symptoms one gets with ADHD are quite different, most medical doctors provide the same treatment plans for ADHD. The most common current treatment is the use of medications such as Ritalin and Adderall. Unfortunately, both of these medications can cause unpleasant side effects that most children and adults complain of. These side effects range from suicidal thoughts, personality changes, nervousness, anxiety, vomiting, and insomnia, to physiological changes such as an increased heart rate and blood pressure, tremors, and muscle twitches. Due to these unwanted side effects, a lot of people are turning to natural approaches and remedies for ADHD. So to find the right natural approach for you or your child, it's critical that you work with someone to determine the best route and protocol. Each person is going to be quite different. So the things that I list next may not work for everyone, and bits and pieces might be the best approach for you rather than trying to address all of them. So the first natural approach would be natural supplementation. There are various nutrients and herbs that can help support brain function and help to control ADHD symptoms. Nutrients that may support and or reverse symptoms include a high-quality fish oil. You have to be really careful with fish oil because a lot of fish oils are rancid. At our retail store, we're very careful with what fish oils we bring into the store. A B-complex vitamin, probiotics, GABA, rhodiola, magnesium, zinc, and a whole food-based multivitamin, multimineral supplement would be possibilities for helping ADHD. So like I said, please talk to a trusted healthcare professional or a nutritionist before incorporating any of these supplements into your or your child's diet. Next, you want to consume brain healing foods. So focus on consuming whole, unprocessed foods and other foods that are high in B vitamins, such as grass-fed and pastured animal products, wild-caught salmon and other wild-caught fish, and leafy green vegetables. I know it can be quite difficult to incorporate these foods, especially in a child's diet, and children with ADHD tend to be a little more picky. So that's where working with a nutritionist can be very helpful. On the other hand, you want to avoid brain-damaging foods. So the most common brain-damaging foods are sugar, especially sugar that's found in candy, desserts, sodas, and juice, gluten and other inflammatory grains, conventional dairy. So if you are going to consume dairy, try to consume only pasture-raised, grass-fed dairy or goat's milk dairy products, food dyes and colors. Be leery of anything that has bright, non-natural looking colors. Food additives such as MSG and yeast extract, added nitrates or nitrites, which are commonly found in deli and processed meats and other canned foods, preservatives, sodium benzoate, EDTA, BHT, BPA, or BHA are some of the most common preservatives, and artificial sweeteners such as sucralose or aspartame. So make sure you're really reading labels on your food products. Many with ADHD have actually reported a major reduction in their symptoms just by avoiding these foods alone. Next, you want to try to regulate your blood sugar. So to improve your blood sugar control, make sure that the first meal you are consuming has at least 15 to 20 grams of protein for an adult and around 10 grams of protein for a child, depending on their age and their size. Also, you want to try to stay ahead of your hunger and avoid waiting to eat until you are very hungry. In that case, your blood sugar is going to be very low already, and it's going to be harder to bring up, and that's going to cause more blood sugar disruption. Last, you want to watch your caffeine intake. So caffeine may be too stimulating to those with ADHD and can disrupt your nervous system function, making it much harder to focus and concentrate. So these are just a few of the natural approaches that can help with ADHD, but like I said, you may want to work with someone in the clinic to help you find out what's going to be best for you, your child, or a loved one in helping reverse ADHD symptoms. So for more information on how we may be able to help you, please contact our clinic for a free 15-minute phone consultation.
Thanks for joining us today on the Total Health Podcast. If you'd like more information about how Total Health can transform your health, check them out. They would love to set up a free consultation with you over the phone. Call them at 262-251-2929 to make that appointment. Otherwise, you can check them out on the web at www.totalhealthinc.com.